Today we're going to talk about 5 tips to make your POP display more sustainable. Whether you're making an internal push to become more sustainable, reduce your impact on the environment, or just want to expand your customer base, sustainable POP displays are a great choice. Alright, so let's dig into these tips. Tip number 1, switch to digital printing. High-speed digital printing is one of the best ways to be more sustainable while actually doing more with your marketing. That's because the printing method can help reduce your impact on the environment, but allow you to print more graphics. At Bennett, when we switch a customer to digital printing, it allows us to go through less machine passes during the manufacturing process to make the same point of purchase display. And we've saved customers up to 18% on resources like water, electricity, and CO2 that's used to manufacture their order. But it allows them to print alternate graphics without the use of printing plates or expensive tooling, and the lead times are even faster. Tip number 2, try different materials. Some retail displays are made out of sturdier materials when they don't need to be, or there are tons of efficiencies that can be found during the redesign process. Maybe your display is using too much glue due to the design needing to hold so much weight. Adjusting the design and quantity of products could reduce the glue needed. Or perhaps you're using a sturdier build because of a large and heavy header graphic that is permanently attached to the display. Look into creating smaller headers that can be swapped out at retail to reduce the weight. There are so many ways to create a retail display, and finding the most efficient is usually the best. Tip number 3, produce less waste. Less waste means a smaller carbon footprint and less money spent on disposal fees. Look at the design of your displays and see if there are any elements that aren't being used or could be modified to create different components. Sometimes the display is created to be easily disposed of when it should be created to last longer. That way you can order less and keep less in inventory. And by telling the consumer what you're doing to help lessen your effect, this becomes another arrow in your marketing quiver. And tip number 4, create a longer lasting display. A longer lasting display can mean a lot of things to a lot of different people. So let's dig into this a little bit more. It all depends on the type of display you're creating and your products and retailer. But if you need to replace the display less at retail stores, then less is getting recycled or thrown away, not to mention shipped. For example, we make a digitally printed dump-in display, and that allows us to go through a 2-machine pass instead of 3 or 4, and it's built out of 1 piece instead of 2 pieces that need to be glued in 2 different areas, which can cause multiple graphic obstructions or have multiple breakpoints at retail. And so a 1-piece dump-in design can actually last longer simply because of the sturdier construction. And tip number 5, order from a better manufacturer. Not all retail display manufacturers are created equal. Some will simply take your order, others will walk you through the design process to make something truly special. When you have business goals to become more sustainable, you need to find a partner that has the same goals. Otherwise, how will you hit them? And not to toot our own horn, but Bennett Packaging is working hard to have more certifications and work with more organizations to get even greener. Today, we're proud to tell you that we're FSC certified. And not only that, we were the first manufacturer in North America to buy a high-speed digital printing press. And we're the only one with 2 printers in the same facility. Do more with Bennett. Sustainable POP displays, including FSC certified material.